She's about to tear it up. What's up, MP?
Happy holidays, everyone. Welcome to our coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Utah Jazz against the Philadelphia 76ers. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. We'll hear from reporter Allie LaForce. And Clark, for these two teams, a lot of their action runs through the front court.
You're exactly right. And I think that's where the game's going to ultimately be decided. I mean, we have to see which set of these bigs is going to impose their will, not just offensively, but defensively too.
And looking back at how MP's team ended up in the standings, his ongoing mission this season was to send a message to all the teams that ended up higher in the standings. It's pretty rare we hear about this sort of goal, but I guess with MP, it's something we may need to get used to.
MP has been lights out. We've seen him make tough plays, fighting for loose balls, hitting timely shots, and really it's the emotional encouragement he brings to his team by his example of effort. There's a lot to like about MP's game, and taking a look back at how he's flat out dominated the toughest teams in the NBA. I wouldn't be surprised if we will witness another gem from MP tonight.
A look at the 76ers starting group. We've got George. Joel Embiid is out there with Kyle Lowry, and it's Yabusele in at the four-man position.
Showing you the vertical that time. Paul George throwing it down.
Here's Dub. He's guarded by Lowry. Marking it outside. There's the three. Connects from downtown.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
The 76ers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Will Hardy.
I talked with him about Joel Embiid and asked him what he wants his team to do against him defensively. And he said, I told our big guys to play with physicality out there, but to also know when to go straight up and not let him bait us into silly fouls. It's not an easy assignment, but coach seemed confident in their chances of containing Joel. Guys?
And Allie, thank you for that. For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 4, off to a nice start. George passes to Embiid. Over Kessler. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls.
And Embiid has this shot in his bag. He's confident from that area.
Clark, one of the league's premier scorers. Embiid does a lot of damage in the mid-range.
I tell you, for a guy as big as he is, I just marvel at his touch, his footwork, and the fact that he scores at all 3 levels. He scores at the rim, mid-range, he's dangerous, and then the three-point shot is one that he can knock down with decent regularity. So at his size, most would like to see him attack the rim more, but I still marvel at his versatility as a scorer.
And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A., I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
Clark, the Sixers have been at least 10 games over 500 for 7 straight seasons now.
Yeah, and that's great to see after, what was it called? The process that took them all the way to the very depths of the league to finally build themselves back into a consistent playoff team. And their fans certainly deserve good times for struggling through all of those bad times several years ago.
And here's Embiid. 14 points his last outing. 5 on the clock. George for 3. Kessler with a rebound. Utah has gone 3 of 4 on threes here in this first quarter. Collins a screen. Here's Dub. Three-pointer off the mark. The Sixers trailing. Here's Lowry. Oh, Kessler with the block. And they get it back. Embiid can't hit.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Pass to Dub. Collins with a screen on Lowry. Dub misses. For Philadelphia, they've gone 4 of 8 and looking in control.
Boy, this big guy, Joel Embiid, is a center with an awesome dunking arsenal.
Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Clarkson, and he knocks down the 10-footer. Clarkson's got 8.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Lowry surveys the D. Here's Grimes. Drops in the 3. Grimes has got his second bucket of the night.
A good display of Lowry's court vision there. Nice feed to the open man.
Kessler a screen. Oh, from deep. Kept alive. Kicks it out to Clarkson. Sends it home from three-point land. 11 points in the game.
He still hasn't missed. 4 for 4 to start the game.
Yeah, he's setting himself up to be their go-to guy today.
Here's Yabusele. Embiid inside. Kessler on him. They grab their own miss. The putback.
It's been that kind of quarter for him. The shot has just been unreliable.
Dub passes to Kessler. Collins high post. Clarkson outside. Pass to Dub. Clarkson outside. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. Markkanen misses. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Now here's Embiid. Lowry outside. Lets a floater go, and he gets it to go. Lowry's got his second basket of the game.
Going in with the artful shot, and Lowry knew that situation called for grace, not power.
Kessler a screen. Here's Dub. Buries it from 3. Well, you knew it was simply a matter of time. It's happened. MP inking his first major shoe endorsement deal.
And with MP, from what I heard, Under Armour blew him away with their presentation. A great addition for Under Armour, and I'm sure they have big things planned for MP in the future.
Nails it from beyond the arc.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Philadelphia has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. For 3, Lowry. Utah grabs the miss. And this is their first time matched up with Philadelphia this year. To the inside, back to Clarkson. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Pass to Dub. To the middle. George with a steal. And here's the fast break. And Lowry with the bucket on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
A burly, bruising point guard. Lowry is good at using that upper body strength to fight through contact.
Collins, no good.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Here's Grimes. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got his 6th rebound on the night. And he lobs it up to the rim. And Collins with the slam.
Throw it anywhere near Collins, he'll take care of the rest, putting his athleticism and length to perfect use.
So it's Philadelphia now. Got a piece of it. On the wing, Clarkson fires the 3. Can't get it to go. His second miss in 6 tries.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Embiid from outside. The rebound by Markkanen.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Dub passes to Kessler. Here's Dub. Kessler a screen. Oh, trying his luck from deep. And the basket by Dub. And it's a three-point Jazz lead.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Down low. Here's Markkanen. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Markkanen's got 5 now.
And Markkanen is a low down inside close to the bucket. When he's got nice positioning, he's really comfortable inside.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Both teams deciding to change it up. And as the year comes to a close, let's take a look at how the Rookie of the Year race is going. George, right side. They set the screen. Collins passes to Dub. Back to Collins. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Collins has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
The contact wasn't going to hold Collins down. He explodes into it and finds the shot.
Markkanen and Collins the 3 and 4. Then there's George, then it's Walker Kessler, and it's Dub in at the point guard position. That's the group for Utah right now. Here's Dub. He's guarded by Lowry. Here's Dub. Again, Utah. '76ers trail by 9. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Dub in that last game against the Trailblazers was a man on a mission. He finished with 19 points, and it wasn't just a great offensive performance for him. He excelled defensively too. His relentless approach has just worn teams out lately. He is winning the battle of wills. Brian?
Okay, Allie, thanks. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, B.A. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this. He feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
And it feels like everyone turns over half their roster every year, Clark. How hard is that for teams?
Very hard. I mean, continuity is a foundational pillar point to being successful in anything. There's a reason why Steph, Clay, and Draymond won so much in Golden State. Knowing your teammates and their tendencies is vital if you're going to be a championship contending team. I think teams and organizations benefit when they stay together for longer periods of time.
Embiid passes to Lowry. Now Oubre. Over Markkanen. Oubre can't hit. Here's Dub. Second chance shot. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
And one of the bright young stars in this league. Collins is aggressive, and he makes plays. Yeah, they're playing a much more physical game here in the second quarter.
Well, it certainly appears to be the case. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
And the 76ers making a change here. George is checked in. Oh, Embiid hits from outside.
Not known for a quick release, but Embiid showing he has that ability as well.
Kicks it out to Clarkson. Collins a screen. Here's Dub. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Dub's got 13 now.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
For 3, George. The rebound by the Jazz. They're coming off that loss against Portland.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
Well, the Jazz are one of just 10 NBA franchises to never win a championship.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to believe considering they had the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Think about it. If it weren't for one Michael Jordan, they'd probably have 2 rings. And they seem to have taken a more heads-on approach this quarter, and it's getting them to the free throw line.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
George passes to Embiid. Lowry outside. Pass to Oubre. And here's Lowry from behind the arc. Grimes' shot is off.
I'll tell you what, they rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass. Yeah, really left them no choice there. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
Both shots good from the stripe. Here's George. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Celtics in Boston. Lowry outside. Back to George. And the officials will call the illegal screen here. And some of the best high flyers in the NBA. Some of this year's contenders for the dunk contest.
And when you look at the names on that list, you just know that contest has a chance to be special.
He's a long shot at this point, but you never know.
Well, we'll just have to see. But I personally would love seeing him in the dunk contest.
And as All-Star Weekend gets closer, we'll of course update you on how things are looking. But this year already promises plenty of standout performances.
Yeah, this is going to be a dunk contest you don't want to miss.
Well, this was a big summer for the 76ers, Grant, trying to capitalize on their championship window with superstar Joel Embiid.
You're spot on, B.A. Acquiring the talent that might allow him to save himself for the home stretch. Of course, last year's playoffs, he battled heroically, but ideally, they'd like him much closer to 100% come the postseason. He came up dry offensively in the first, but looks like he's ready to turn it around.
He takes it in. Markkanen inside. He's covered by Oubre. Pass to Dub. Clarkson for 3. Rebound by Philadelphia. A tough loss coming against Boston in their last game.
And I'll tell you what a surprising result. Losing to an underdog is one thing, but getting blown out is quite another.
I know. I mean, I'm with you there. It just seemed as though they were sleepwalking their way through that entire game. It was, in my estimation, just inexcusable.
Oubre with a steal. From deep three-point land. And that's not going to go. And so it's the Utah Jazz up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. Great team defense on Paul George. They're limiting what PG is doing out there. Back to the game after this break.
And with All-Star Weekend approaching quickly,
a lot of high flyers on this list. I've seen what they can do in game. Curious to see what they can do on the big stage when the lights are bright.
and let's move on now to those first 2 quarters. Talk about a tough start for the Philadelphia 76ers. We're glad you could join us.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Second half underway. Here's who Nick Nurse has got on the floor. We've got Kyle Lowry, George out there with Joel Embiid. And it's Yabusele in at the power forward position. George against Markkanen. Embiid passes to Grimes. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Back to George. Lowry with a screen on Markkanen. George passes to Lowry. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. George has got his 6th assist of the night.
Really impressive. Lowry in attack mode tonight.
Clarkson outside. And there's another one for the Jazz.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
Pass to Lowry from deep. Rebound, Utah. Kessler's got 9 rebounds now. Now here's Collins. And he banks in the layup. Collins has got 10.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Lowry, the pass to George. Lowry with a screen on Markkanen. George with the bucket.
You've got to be alert to where George is out on that perimeter because that jumper of his has become dangerous.
Here's Dub. Kicks it out to Clarkson. Pass to Collins. Here's Dub. Knocks it loose. Back to Collins. 6 to shoot. Now here's Kessler. Embiid covers. For 3, Collins. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
And right now, that's 5 buckets in a row. Looking like a well-oiled machine coming out of the
break. Here's Lowry. The rebound by the Jazz. Kessler's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
For 3, Lowry. The rebound by Markkanen. Markkanen's got his 6th rebound on the night. And for a scorer as prolific as Markkanen, he doesn't need the ball in his hands too often.
So many of his scores come off assists. So just a great sense of when to get into space and become available.
Boy, he's doing everything he can at this point. The rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
Here's Dub. He's guarded by Lowry. Clarkson outside. From outside the arc. Paul George pulls down the board. 76ers trail by 20. To the paint. And here's the fast break.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that?
And guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. For Philadelphia, they've gone 4 of 8 in the 3rd. Clarkson attacking. And that one is hammered home.
Large guard loves to drive it, and somebody on defense needs to rotate in front of Clarkson if you're going to stop him.
George passes to Embiid. Inside. Here's Dub. 19 points in the game. And that one's good. Markkanen. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Utah.
You have to be a fan of the energy they played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
The shooting's been great, but also how about the energy level? That's what's impressed me the most. They've been getting it up and down in transition, and that takes effort.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
When you have an MVP talent in his prime, the focus has to be on winning the title. The Sixers' Joel Embiid said, quote, "The only thing I care about is winning." That takes a lot, and everybody has to contribute. I'm always going to believe in myself. I love the guys that we have. We are going to go and fight every single night.
Great perspective there. Thanks, Allie. And they'll get another chance. And give him. another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Markkanen against George. Here's Grimes. Off target from three-point range.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Pass to Dub. Rebound by Philadelphia. They'll be off to Portland for a meeting with the Trailblazers after this one. And that's their third game of a long 6-game trip. Embiid against Kessler. Embiid passes to Lowry. Shot clock at 6. The rebound by Markkanen. Markkanen's got rebound number 8 here already in the game.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Collins with a screen on Lowry. Dub on target from range. Dub's got 5 points in the quarter.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Here's Yabusele. Grimes, the pass to George. Embiid, a screen on Markkanen. Here's George. And another miss by Philadelphia.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Pass to Dub. Clarkson outside. They set the pick. Puts it up from 12. And there's another one for the Jazz. And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
And the 76ers call time here. All right, a chance to check out stats for John Collins. Philadelphia making a change here. And so it's Utah easily grabbing this one, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
MP, you are the straw that stirs the drink.
Yeah, MP.
Yo, keep this thing to regulation.